coming off Sunday, like I've stripped myself of all the expectations from the Atlanta Hawks. Like whoever, like they can be playing the doggone the process 76ers when we knew
the
for
Rockets.
a fact they were trying to lose.
Yeah.
And the Houston Rockets, like when they just lined up everybody on the roster. If you over 20 years old, you can't play for us.
Right.
And, you know, we're trying to get a number one pick next year. We're trying to get all the lottery balls. But it just doesn't matter with this team. Or they might come out against the Boston Celtics and run them to the fourth quarter and then lose the game by 3 points. That's just how this team has been. So, but with all that being said, like you mentioned, for those things you just mentioned, there's no reason why they shouldn't win this game. Yeah. Am I expecting them to win this game? Hell no.
Right.
No,
yeah, I agree.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I am not expecting them to win this game. I'm not going to even do that to myself for the rest of this season.
You're going to preserve your mental.
I'm going to preserve my mentals and take care of my chicken, like my main man Marshawn Lynch said. Yeah. So I don't think that the Hawks should have any issues beating this team. I just think that, you know, it's all about locking in. Yeah. Because that's the only way you're going to be consistent. If you lock in on defense and create off of that offensively, because you have the weapons. Like, it's not like, we don't have anybody who can score the ball. Yeah, you do. It's just like it all starts on that defensive inside of the court.
Yes. And I so love what Quinn Snyder said after Sunday's game. I thought it was a real important thing because it's a mindset, right?
Right.
He said, listen, this is the NBA where every team has moments where they lapse. But what you're looking for is maybe a 4-minute lapse. And these are his words, a 4-minute lapse or a 6-minute lapse. That's understandable. But you can't be lapsing for like whole halves.
24 of them. That doesn't work.
Not 24. Like, no. He didn't say 4 times 6. He said 4 or 6. Okay.
Yes.
That's the lapse that he was talking about. And I thought that our guys, Andy and Randy, made a hilarious comment. And I was like, oh, I got to share this with Jarvis. They go, and on top of what Quinn said about the 4 to 6 minutes, can it not be like 4 minutes altogether? Can you just have like a 45-second lapse here, or maybe a 2-minute lapse there? Like, let's not.
Oh yeah, I'm playing NBA basketball. Oh, okay, all right, cool. Okay, I'm back.
Let's not just right. I'm a professional. Oh, wait a minute.
Professional. My bad. I can't play defense.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can't. Right.
I do have athletic ability.
I can and I should and I will. Yes, those are moments. Or wait a minute.
Positive affirmations.
Right. I'll make
when it comes to the Hawks.
Yeah, like if they throw on, you know, a song that you like, because sometimes you'll see the guys, you know, kind of drifting off because they're dancing in their heads, and then sometimes they actually dance for real. Okay, that's your 45 seconds to tap out.
Yeah,
but we just need you to tap back in sooner rather than later. That's the most important point. But I thought that was very powerful that Quinn Snyder made that statement, because here's the thing: everything he's doing right now is trying to assess where this team is
priming the
even
pump.
now.
I call it.
Yeah, he's not right because the offense that he runs, which is a bit complicated, it's a motion offense that has a whole lot of little nuances to it that you are not going to teach in 18 or 22 games. It's just not going to happen. Yeah. But if you can put bits and pieces in, if you can put bits and pieces in to see how these players are going to respond, then I think absolutely that's what Quinn Snyder's doing. So again, it's been up and down even through his tenure, right? But you got to remember that he is still he's implementing philosophies, right? And when he makes those kinds of statements, he knows that there are listeners, as in listeners on his team. So I look to see, I'm actually going to pay attention to that and hope to talk about it tomorrow, Jarvis, whether or not I could see stretches of time more than 6 minutes that were actually like, oh God, they tapped out, they checked out. Oh dear God. But what you don't ever want to check out on is Locked On Sports Today, because you're going to miss something. You could miss where Aaron Rodgers is finally going to land, or you can miss if somehow the Falcons miraculously tip their hand and say, we're going to draft an edge rusher named Jalen Carter or Will Anderson or somebody like that. You never know. The only way you know is if you watch Locked On Sports Today. They'll give you all of their reaction and insight to each and everything that they see in all sports. And of course, got the World Baseball Classic coming up. USA has an opportunity to go back-to-back. So don't forget, they have their take of the day just like we have For the Culture. And if you want to check them out after you check out ATL Day Ones, they are on YouTube and wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Locked On Sports Atlanta family. we appreciate you all for subscribing and liking our YouTube channel. We also appreciate you for downloading our podcast on wherever you find your podcast. You know you can find us right there, and we're right there waiting for you. If you have not subscribed or liked to our YouTube channel, make sure you do that. We're on our way to 6,000 subscribers. I told y'all we were going to get there, so might as well go ahead and join the party because we over here chilling. We in the cool part of the club, and, we over here vibing. So get with us or get ran over. But see, this is For the Culture. It is the intersection between sports, entertainment, and the culture, and sometimes whatever the hell we want to talk about, because that's just how we get down on the show. Today is no different. How about this? Cam Newton, you know how he gets down on social T. He kind of makes everything a pretty big deal. He dropped the video. He comes on. Ain't no 32 randos better than me. So I'm like, okay, all right, what's going on here? Then you start seeing him throwing a football to somebody in a nice facility, practice facility. And then next thing you know, he announces that he will be throwing at Auburn's pro day today, T. Is Cam Newton trying to get a job? Like, what's going on here? Like, help me out with this one.
Yeah, that was so odd. But then I said, well, it was Cam Newton, so then it made it not so odd. Because
like Cam will go Cam every time.
Yeah, he does odd things. He really, really does. Here's the thing. I'm going to go in the opposite direction of most. Most people are like, Cam, it's just time to retire. It's time to let it go. The arm strength isn't there. He slowed down a whole lot. And when we last saw him,
too, by the
way. Exactly. Yeah, when we last saw him, I think, was he with the Panthers? He was back with the Panthers. It wasn't anywhere close to his first run in Carolina. So with that said, however, I'm a person who switched careers. And I'm all about do what you love. So I'm not willing to tell somebody ever that they need to hang it up when it's something that they love if they're not ready to do it.
Yeah.
That said, I should probably just put him on the altar and just pray that he'll just, make that move. So, yeah.
I mean, because he's, and I hate to go this route. Like, I've never been a guy to, to get in folks' pockets and everything. He's made an exorbitant amount of money playing the quarterback position, like playing the game that he loves. And I like Cam as a personality. I want to see what that post-football career looks like. He has a podcast going on, and I've got a chance to check out a few minutes of it here and there. And I think that Cam is on to something because he's a personality. He's from Atlanta, so what else would you expect? So, that's just how we get down here.
And he's one of the best cigar bars in the city, if not the best cigar bar. Yes. It is absolutely amazing. So, and his foundation does some great things, too. So, he has a life after football that's waiting for him. But like I said, you hang up the cleats when you feel like all the love, all of the playing, it's just all out of your system. And I guess for him, he's just not there yet.
Yeah, I mean, and hey, at the end of the day, in NFL, we already know, like, most of the time, all the 32 gonna tell you whether or not when it's time. So we shall see if that warrants any private workouts, because we know pretty much anybody can go throw on a pro day if they want to. Right. Who's gonna tell Cam Newton no, he can't throw at Auburn's pro day? So we'll definitely keep an eye on that one, T. And last but not least, before we get out of here, I definitely want to drop this on you. Now, Kyrie Irving. Now we know he's a different type of cat. We know that. But this exchange after the game against the Memphis Grizzlies was a little interesting. And you know how the guys, they swap jerseys and everything. But Dylan Brooks, whose name has been in the news about NBA drama as much as John Morant has been in. Name has been in there. So he tried to do the whole jersey swap thing. So Dylan Brooks gave Kyrie the jersey, Kyrie gave him his jersey, but Kyrie didn't stick around to get his jersey. And then he talked about it in the post-game press and said, I'll get it next time. I had moved on from a thought process standpoint. How should Dylan Brooks feel about that one, T?
Some type of way.
A famous philosopher once said.
Yeah, that's it. Some type of way. Yeah. Because I felt like, Kyrie is above it. So he wouldn't necessarily be the person who's looking at him like you're trash or like you're not on my level or, messy, Marvin, but it is the NBA. And the NBA is the pettiest of all the leagues.
Yes, it is.
You can always count on the petty, you know? So
and he wasn't even trying either. He was just being himself. Like, Kyrie doesn't have to try to be petty. Like,
he doesn't have to be.
Him,
he plays in the NBA. That is a prerequisite.
Yes.
When you sign the contract, I'm just sure somewhere in there's a clause.
Level of petty
rises. Exactly.
Level of petty.
Yes. Should rise to the highest level, and you should have previous experience practicing petty.
Yes. You need to have your PP before you go into the NBA.
So say what you want, Kyrie. I still feel a little bit petty.
Yes,
and we're here
absolutely.
for it.
We won't be petty if you come back and continue to make ATL Day Ones your first listen today. And after you do that, make sure that you make Locked On Sports Today your second listen of the day. It is free and available wherever you download this podcast. And last but not least, before we get out of people, I do this each and every day. If you don't do anything else, make sure that you share love, show love, and most importantly, spread love.